الدرس الشافعي the ninth lesson الإمام الشافعي الإمام أبو عبد الله محمد bin Idris al-Shafi'i al-Qurashi. This is the name of and the titles of Al-Imam al-Shafi'i. Wahidun, one, min, from,
Read,
kibari.
read the whole sentence first.
Okay. Wahidun min kibari mufakkiri al-alami. Wahidun, one, min, from, kibari, the greatest, mufakkiri, thinker, al-alami, the world. This phrase means that Al-Imam Shafi'i is one of the greatest thinkers in the world. وأحد الأئمة الأربعة بين فقهاء المسلمين. وأحد and one الأئمة the imams الأربعة the four Baina means between, fuqaha'i, the Jews, al-Muslimin, the Muslims. This phrase means that Imam Ash-Shafi'i is also one of the great four imams in Muslim jurisprudence.
Okay, na'am, sahih. Al-Imamu Syafi'i. So, Al-Imamu Ash-Shafi'i. So, this is his name. So, we only know him by his Shafi'i, by his title, Ash-Shafi'i. But what is his real name? Al-Imamu Abu Abdillahi Muhammadu bin Idrisa Ash-Shafi'i. Okay, please make a correction. Here, you should not have a tanwin. Every time we have a name, following the word bin or ibnu, we have to remove the tanwin. So we say Abu Abdillahi Muhammadu bin Idrisa Ash-Shafi'i al-Qurashi. Okay, first, which one is his name? Which part of this is his name, his actual name?
Muhammad.
Muhammad. Yes, sahih. So this is his real name, Muhammad. So Muhammad Ibn Idris, and his father is Idris. Okay, but what about this Abu Abdullah? Yesterday we did talk about this. If you still remember, what is this Abu Abdullah? Yesterday we say Abi.
Nickname.
His nickname, yes, correct. This is his nickname. But what is the what do you call it in Arabic? The nickname that is using the word Abu so and so. What do you call it? Anybody remember yesterday?
Is it kunya?
Kunyatun, yes. Shukran, Iza. Yes, kunya, yes. So the word is kunya. Kaf, non, ya, and ta. Okay, kaf, non, ya, ta. Okay, I don't know what is the translation in English. You can Google. But this is the norm or the culture of the Arab and the previous Muslim. Okay, they have their own kunya, Abu so and so, or Ummu so and so. Naam. Okay, so he was called by this name Abu Abdullah. Abu Abdullah. Muhammad ibn Idris. Okay, this is his name. Okay, next, Ash-Shafi'i. Ash-Shafi'i. Okay, every time you see a name and then you have this in the end, they have this Shafi'i ends with this ya, Ash-Shafi'i, and they have this Al-Qurashi. So this is what we call as nisbah. This is what we call as nisbah. And what is nisbah? Nisbah is actually you relate this guy to maybe to a place or to another person. Okay, you relate it to something else. So for example, in this case, Ash-Shafi'i, Ash-Shafi'i is not his name. Here they want to say that this guy, Abu Abdullah Muhammad, he is related in one way or another with this person, Ash-Shafi. Shafi. And if you look at his lineage, his full lineage, not Shafi'i. Shafi is one of his great-grandfather. Okay, so he maybe he was proud of his grandfather, so he called himself Ash-Shafi'i. So I am Shafi'i. I'm related to my great-grandfather. All right. So this is why people call him Shafi or Ash-Shafi'i. But his name is Muhammad. But as we mentioned yesterday, there are many people who are using the same name. For example, Muhammad, we have thousands of people using Muhammad, or Abdullah, or Ahmad for that matter. So how do they differentiate between one and another? Two ways. First is by using kunya, this one Abu Abdullah. But even kunya, sometimes it is not sufficient, because Abu Abdullah, there are many people who are using Abu Abdullah as their kunya as well. So they use this one. They use nisbah to differentiate one to another. Okay, so this is Abu Abdullah Ash-Shafi'i. Then we know, oh, this is Muhammad ibn Idris, our Imam, Al-Imamu Ash-Shafi'i. All right, so this is called nisbah, and this one is called kunyah. So perhaps in the exam, if they ask you, what is the kunyah? Ma kunyatu al-Imamu Shafi'i. This one. Okay. But if they say ma nisbah, what is the nisbah of Imam Shafi'i? This one. All right. So this is nisbah and this is kunyah. And if you look at here, we have another nisbah. You see this ya? This ya? So this is another nisbah. What do you think? This is nisbah to which word? Or to what? What is this? Shafi' just now, this is related to his great-grandfather, Shafi'. But Qurashi, what do you think?
The clan.
The clan. So what is his clan?
The Quraysh.
Quraysh, yes, Sahih. So this is to say that Imam Shafi'i, he is from Quraysh. The tribe is Quraysh. Okay, one of the famous Arab tribe, Quraysh. So he is of the same tribe of our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And in fact, if you look at, you can Google and you can see that he has another nisbah, Al-Muttalibi. He has another nisbah, Al-Muttalibi, where Al-Muttalib is Abdul Muttalib. And who is this Abdul Muttalib with regard to our Prophet?
Grandfather.
His grandfather, Sahih. Abdul Muttalib is our Prophet grandfather. And Abdul Muttalib is also this Imam Shafi'i great-grandfather. So he and our Prophet, they met in, their lineage is up to Abdul Muttalib. Alright, so this is Al-Imam Shafi'i. Now you know what is kunya and what is an-nisbah. Okay, next we continue. Wahidun min kibari mufakkiri al-alam. Yes, wahid, one of kibar. Kibar, this is jamak for the word kabir. So just now Idham translated as what? The greatest. Oh yes, you can translate as one of the greatest. Kibar, the greatest. Mufakkir, thinker. So this here is actually jamak. Mufakkirin. The word is mufakkir. That is for mufrad. We say mufakkir, thinker. So if you want to use in the jamak form, you can say mufakkiruna, and sometimes we say mufakkirina. Okay, that is how we change to jamak, either using waw nun and ya nun. But okay, sometimes you will see that this nun is removed. This nun is removed. Okay, when do we remove the nun from the jamak and also from this jamak? Is when you have mudaf ilaih. When you combine this word to another word. For example, here, they want to say the thinkers of the world. So they combine the word mufakkirin together with the word alam. So therefore, they have to remove the nun. All right. So sometimes you will see this. They add the word ends only with ya, or the word ends only with the waw, but it is still a jamak word. You might ask, where is the nun? So the nun is removed due to this. Okay, mudaf and mudaf. So this is jamak. One of the greatest thinkers of the world, wa ahadul a'immati al-arba'ati baina fuqaha'i al-muslimin. And wa ahad, okay, wa ahad and wahid is similar. And of the imams, okay, a'imah. A'imah, yes, this is the jamak for the word imam. For the word imam, alif mim. So imam, imamun, and jama is a'imah. So he is one of the imam of four imams. Of the four imams, between. Okay, baina is yes between, but sometimes you can translate it as among as well. So here it is. He is one of the four imam. So among the jurists, Muslim jurists, fuqaha, yes, fuqaha is jurist, and this is jama for the word faqih, fa qaf ya ha. faqihun. So faqih is the jurist, somebody who is well versed in fiqh. You call him faqih. For example, Imam Shafi'i, he is a faqih. Al-Imamul Hanafi, he is also another faqih. Okay, so that is the word faqih. Alim is a general term for a scholar. So he can be an alim in any field. But if he is alim in fiqh, you can call him alim and also faqih. Naam. All right, continue. Yes.
ولد في غزة من فلسطين سنة 150 هجرية. ولد, he was born, in Gaza in Palestine, Gaza in Palestine, سنة 150 in the year 150 هجرية. ونشأ في حجر أمه يتيما. ونشأ, and he grew up in حجر أمه, in the care of his mother, yatiman, when in the condition, in orphan condition. وحمل إلى مكة. وحمل, and he was moved to Makkah. وهو ابن سنتين. وهو, and he, ibnu, a boy, سنتين, 2 years old. So Imam Ash-Shafi'i, he was born in Gaza in Palestine in the year 150 Hijriah, and then his mother raised him when he was orphan, meaning without father, and then they moved to the city of Mecca when he was 2 years old. وفيها نشأ وتلقى العلم. وفيها, and in Mecca, نشأ, he grew up, وتلقى, and he learned العلم, knowledge. So
Yes.
in the city of Mecca, Imam Shafi'i grew up there, and he also learned knowledge.
Yes, correct. Now, Wulida, yes, Wulida, this is he was born. So Wulida, he was born. Fi Gaza, so Gaza, but in Arabic they call it Gaza. And Palestine, we call it Philistine. Philistine. Sanata mi'atin wa khamsina hijriyah. So sanata mi'ah, 100 is mi'ah, wa khamsin, and 50 hijriyah. Wa nasha'a fi hijri ummihi, and he grew up. Yes, nasha'a, he grew up in the care of his mother. So his mother raised him. Fi hijri ummihi. Yatiman, yes, he was a yatim. And the word yatim in Arabic, when we say yatim, it is referring to somebody who has lost his father. His father died, not his mother. If his mother died, we do not call him yatim. Yatim is only if he lost his father, and he is less than 15 years old, or he is before baligh, before the baligh year. Wa humila ila Makkah, and he was, what did you translate just now, Idham? Humila? He was Pinda. Okay. Move. Okay. That is the general meaning. But the word humila, this is from the word hamala. Hamala means to bring. Humila, this is the passive form, passive voice. He was brought to Makkah. So we will have one topic. How do you say, how to use a verb in a passive voice? Wa humila ila Makkah, and he was brought to Makkah. Wa huwa ibnu sanatain. Okay, if you look at this word, wa huwa, of course, wa is and huwa is he. But if you see this combination, wa and another domir, for example, they say wa huwa, wa ana, wa anta, wa hiya, and so on, and it is in the middle of the sentence, then the meaning is not and he or and she or and I. No, the meaning is when he was or when he is. That is the meaning of wow here. So wow here is not wow and, this is when. So when he was this boy of 2 years, when he was 2 years old, right? So this is the meaning of wa huwa. Wa fiha nasha'a, and in it. So ha here is referring to the word Makkah. Fiha nasha'a, yes, he grew up. Nasha'a, similar to this word. Wa talaqqa al-ilma, and he obtained knowledge, and he learned knowledge. Talaqqa, I believe you have heard the word talaqi. When people learn Quran, they have to learn Quran from their ustaz in this talaqi manner. Talaqi wa musyafaha. Talaqi means literally you have to meet the ustaz. You have to see the ustaz. Okay, you have to be with him together. And musyafaha, and you have to watch his mouth. How does he read the word or read the ayah? So this is the word talaqqa. Talaqi. Talaqi is the masdar and talaqqa is the fi'l. So we just translate as he learned. He learned knowledge. Now, okay, continue, Idham.
حفظ القرآن 7 سنين ودرس اللغة والشعر. حفظ القرآن, he memorized the Quran, وهو when ابن 7 سنين, when he was 7 years old. So Imam Ash-Shafi'i memorized the Quran when he was still 7 years old. ودرس اللغة, and he learned اللغة, language, والشعر, and poetry. There also Imam Ash-Shafi'i learned Arabic language and knowledge about poetry. ثم أقبل على الفقه والحديث. ثم, afterwards, أقبل, he studied على الفقه, on fiqh, والحديث, and hadith. وأخذ بالقسط الأكبر من العلوم والمعارف. وأخذ, meaning he learned, بالقسط, in part, الأكبر, great, من العلوم والمعارف, from knowledge. Meaning to say, Imam Ash-Shafi'i, afterwards, he learned fiqh, jurisprudence, and hadith, and he also learned a great deal of knowledge.
نعم صحيح. وفيها نشأ وتلقى العلم. حفظ القرآن, he memorized the Quran. وهو, so again, yeah, this is وهو. So when he was 7 years old, so Ibnu Sabi'i Sinin, when he was 7-year-old boy, Sabi'i Sinin. وَدَرَسَ اللُّغَةَ وَالشِّعْرَ, and he learned lugha. So of course when they said lugha here, it is referring to lugha Arabiya, and also ash-shi'r and poetry. So of course previously when they learn lugha, they have to learn poetry at the same time, because by learning poetry they can build up their vocabulary and they will be able to understand Quran and Hadith better. ثم أقبل على الفقه والحديث. Then after he has mastered the language, Arabic language, and also poetry, so he turned into, so he started to learn fiqh. Then only he learned fiqh and he learned hadith. Okay, that's why I said they have to master the Arabic language and the poetry, then only they learn fiqh and hadith, so that they can understand these two easily. وَأَخَذَ بِالْقِسْطِ الْأَكْبَرِ, and he learned. Okay, أَخَذَ literally means he took. So he took great, Akbar, the greatest. Akbar, the great. Al-Qistu is actually part, the greatest part. So great deal of, so he learned great deal of ulum wal ma'arif. Ulum is jama' for ilmun, knowledge. Ma'arif is jama' for the word ma'rifah. So ma'rifah is also like similar to ulum, knowledge. So ma'rifah is like general knowledge, we say ma'rifah from, and ulum is the ilm, the sciences, knowledge, yes. So this is al-faqra al-ula. نعم. الآن الفقرة الثانية.
كان الشافعي محبا للعلم حيث أخذ فقه الكتاب والسنة من الحجاب. كان was الشافعي محبا, the one who loves, للعلم, to knowledge, حيث, where, أخذ, learn, فقه, understand, الكتاب, القرآن, والسنة, the hadith, من الحجاز, in the area of Mecca. So this sentence means that Imam Ash-Shafi'i is a lover of knowledge, where he attained great understanding from the Quran and Sunnah in the area of Hijaz, meaning he learned this knowledge from the teachers in the area of Makkah.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. Okay. Wakana Shafi'i, yes, Shafi'i was. Imam Shafi'i, he was muhibban, the one who loves, or the lover. So he was a lover of knowledge. Muhibban lil ilmi. He loved knowledge very much. Haythu, where akhadha fiqh al-kitabi wa sunnah. Akhadha, literally, it means took again. So where he took, fiqh here we don't translate as to understand. Yes, one of the meanings of fiqh is understanding. You are correct. But fiqh here is referring to the fiqh itself, fiqh, the understanding of the halal and haram, the hukum, the Islamic ruling, the fiqh from the kitab and from the sunnah. Of course, the word kitab here is referring to the kitabullah, the book of Allah, but they just call it al-kitab to refer to the al-Quran. So he learned the hukum from al-Quran and also the fiqh from the sunnah. Okay, so that is to say that when we learn when we look at Al-Quran, not only he understand the Quran, but he will be able he was able to derive the hukum from the Quran. When Allah says so and so, what does it mean? Is it halal? Is it haram? Is it wajib? Is it sunnah? So this is what it means. Fiqh sunnah, the same things. When you read a hadith, when Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, do this. So what does it mean? Is it wajib or is it sunnah? Or is it just permissible, mubah? Or when Prophet say, he did not do this, or he said don't do this, what does it mean? Is it haram or is it just makruh? So this is what he learned from Al-Kitab and As-Sunnah, and this is in Al-Hijaz. Hijaz, so Idham said just now, Hijaz is from the area of Makkah. Okay, in fact Hijaz is actually the old name. So previously, of course, they don't have Saudi Arabia, they don't have all these smaller countries, right? So that area, that region, the, what do you call this? The Arabian Peninsula. So all of this Arabian Peninsula, they call it Hijaz, where you have Makkah and also Medina. Okay, so that is the Hijaz. If you go north, so you will go to another place. That is Sham. Sham. So the word Sham that we learned previously is here. So Hijaz is this part. All right. Now, okay, let us continue. Okay, yes, continue. Tatalmaza.
وتتلمذ على يد الإمام مالك بالمدينة المنورة مدة 6 سنوات أتقن فيها الفقه وحفظ الموطأ. وتتلمذ, he became student على يد الإمام مالك, on Yadi literally means hand, but in this context it means guidance. Al-Imam Malik bil Madinatil Munawwarah, in the city of Madinah Munawwarah. Muddata tis'a sanawatin, muddata in a period, tis'a sanawatin of 9 years. Atqana fiha, Atqana, he mastered, fiha, in learning with Imam Malik, al-fiqh, the jurisprudence, wa hafiza al-muwatta, and he memorized the muwatta. So this sentence means that al-Imam Shafi'i also learned under the guidance of Imam Malik for a period of 9 years, where he was able to master fiqh, the jurisprudence, and he also memorized al-Muwatta, al-Imam Malik writing.
Okay, yes. Watatal maza.
وكان
Okay, let me finish this first. Watatal maza, he became student. Yes, correct. If you look at this word, tatal maza, this is actually from the word tilmiz. Tilmiz, which means students, right? Tilmiz. So from this word tilmiz, you want to say he became a student. We change to this wazan. Tafa'lala. So this is of the wazan tafa'lala. So tafa'lala. Tatal maza. Okay, became a student. Wa tatal maza ala yadi. So yes, tatal maza, he became a student on the hand of Al-Imam Malik. So he was guided by Imam Malik. Yes, he became the student of Imam Malik bil Madinatil Munawwara, in the city of Madinah Munawwara. Mudda is in sanawat. Yes, mudda is period, for the period of 6 years. 9 years. Nah, 9 years. And atqana fiha al-fiqh, and he mastered. Yes, correct. Atqana means he mastered. Fiha, but ha here is not the guidance of Imam Malik. No, ha here is referring to the word Madinah. So it means that he mastered in Madinah. So while he was in Madinah, he mastered fiqh. He mastered the jurisprudence, the fiqh, halal and haram, and he has also memorized the book of Al-Muwatta. So yes, Al-Muwatta, this is the book of Al-Imam Malik. And in fact, this is actually a compilation of hadith by Imam Malik. Okay, the earliest book, the earliest compilation on hadith. Nah.
وكان رحمه الله يعشق الرحالة إلى البلدان المختلفات يتعلم أحوال الناس وشؤون مجتمعهم. وكان and was rahimahullah, may Allah bless him. This is a prayer. يعشق he loved الرحالة journey or traveling إلى to البلدان countries المختلفة different. This word means Imam Ash-Shafi'i rahimahullah, he likes to journey or he likes to travel to different countries. يتعلم and he learns أحوال الناس. أحوال means condition, and nas means mankind. Shu'una means affairs, also condition. Ijtama'ahum, their society. So Imam Ash-Shafi'i, as he travels, he also learned about the condition of mankind and society.
Naam, yes. Wakana rahimahullahu ya'shakur rahalan, and was here is referring to he. So wakana and he was. So he was, and this is just our dua. Rahimahullah, may Allah bless him. So he was ya'shakur rahalat. He was fond of journey, of traveling. So he liked traveling very much. So that is the word ya'shaku. He likes it very much. You say ya'shaku. Yuhibbu. So he loved traveling ilal buldanil mukhtalifa. Mukhtalifa, yes, different. And buldan is countries. But the word buldan not necessarily means countries. The word buldan, this is jama for the word balad. And balad, it can be any place. Town, city. So you can call it balad. Okay. An area that is also balad. So buldan in different places. So he has visited many places. Yata'allamu ahwalan nas. Yes, he learned the condition of the people. So when he traveled, he learned a lot about the people in Iraq, for example. He went to Iraq. He learned about the people in Iraq. And then he traveled to Egypt. He learned a lot about the condition of people in Egypt. Ahwal. So this ahwal is jama' for the word hal. Hal, condition. So ahwal. So in Malay, we say hal ihwal. It is from Arabic. Ahwal. Wa syu'uni mujtama'ihim, and syu'un matters. So similar to the word ahwal just now. So syu'un, this is jama for the word sya'nun. Sya'nun. So sya'nun, a matter. Matters. Nam wa syu'uni mujtama'. Wa mujtama' bermakna society. Mujtama'ihim, their society. نعم.
عرف الشافعي بالحكمة والذكاء وقوة. He was known الشافعي بالحكمة which is al-hujjah, means argument or reasoning or evidence. So this sentence means that Imam Ash-Shafi'i was known for his wisdom, for his cleverness or intelligence, and also for the strength of his argument.
نعم صحيح. Yes. So Imam Shafi'i was known, عرف. Okay. Urifa al-Shafi'i bil hikmah. So Imam Shafi'i, he was known with wisdom. So he was very wise. Wa dhaka, and cleverness. Yes, he was very clever. Wa quwwatil hujjah, and the strength of his reasoning. So yes, he debated a lot and he has strong reasoning. Now, okay, continue, Idham.
وكان الإمام أحمد بن حنبل من المعجبين به حيث قال ما رأيت أحدا أفقه في كتاب الله من هذا الفتى وكان and was الإمام أحمد بن حنبل من المعجبين به mean from المعجبين the admirers به of him, meaning of Imam Ash-Shafi'i, حيث where قال عنه Imam Ash-Shafi'i ما رأيت. Ma here means no. Ra'aytu means have I seen. Ahad means someone. Afqaha more.
Yes, Ilham.
Hambal is
Ilham, I think your connection is not that good.
That he has not seen someone who understands the Quran. Then this young man Al-Fata referring to Imam Ash-Shafi'i.
Okay.
Waqala anhu.
Okay. Wa kana al-Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, and Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal was among the people who admired him. Minal mu'jabina bihi. Mu'jab, the person who admired. The admirer, you call him a mu'jab. Mu'jabina bihi. So he admired him. So Imam Ahmad admired Imam Shafi'i very much. This is what it means. Haythu qala anhu, where he said about him, where Imam Ahmad said about Imam Shafi'i. So he said this: Ma ra'aitu ahadan afqaha fi kitabillahi min hadzal fata. Ma ra'aitu, I have never seen. Ra'aitu, I saw. Ma, never. So I have never seen. Ma ra'aitu. Ma ra'aitu ahadan, I have never seen anybody. Afqah is better in understanding. This is from the word fiqh, and afqah, this is isim tafdil. So better in understanding. In the Kitab of Allah, in Al-Quran, better than this guy. So he meant that Imam Shafi'i was the best in understanding the book of Allah. Now, continue, Idham.
وقال عنه أيضا لولا الشافعي ما عرفنا فقه الحديث. Waqala, and he said, Anhu, about him, and he said, refers to Ahmad, Anhu, about Imam Ash-Shafi'i, Aidan, he, for lagi, Laula, if it was not for Ash-Shafi'i, Imam Ash-Shafi'i, ma arafna, we will not know fiqhul hadith, the sciences or the understanding of hadith.
Okay.
So in this sentence, yeah.
Naam. Waqala anhu aidan, and he said about him as well. Again, Imam Ahmad said about Imam Shafi'i. Laula ash-Shafi'i, and if it was not for Shafi'i, yes, this is the meaning of laula. Lau, if, la, no. Lau, if there is no Shafi'i. If Shafi'i doesn't exist, ma arafna, we will never know. So we would have not known the fiqh of hadith, the understanding of hadith. And the meaning of fiqh al-hadith here, again, the ruling, the hahkam, the hukum. So when they read the hadith, is it halal or is it an instruction? Is it wajib or sunnah? Okay, so Imam Shafi'i is the one who has provided the basis, okay, of understanding the hukum from the hadith. Now, okay, we go to Faqra Rabi'ah.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, I will continue with the fourth paragraph. Luqiba al-Imam Syafi'i bil laqabain. Luqiba, title, Imam Syafi'i bil laqabain, two title. Al-awwal, first, bi Nasir al-Hadith. Nasir al-Hadith mean the defender of the hadith. Is it correct, sir? Sama'u ahlul makkati bizalika. Sama'u, call or name, ahlul Makkah, people of Makkah, bizalika, that mean people of the Makkah call him Nasir al-Hadith, li'annahu, because he alzama obligate ahlul ar-ra'yi bil Iraq wujub ittiba as-sunnah an-nabawiyyat bi hikmatihi wa zakaihi wa quwwati hujjatihi. Mean that because he alzam ahlul ar-ra'yi opinion bil Iraq wujub obligatory or should ittiba, follow as-sunnah nabawiyah, the sunnah, bi hikmah, with his wisdom, wa zakaihi, his intelligence, wa quwwati hujjatihi, and the strength of his argument.
All right. So what does it mean? The whole sentence here.
Mean that it confused me actually, Ustaz. About the meaning of this sentence.
All right. Okay. Luqiba. So I will start from the beginning. Luqiba al-Imam Syafi'i bila qabaini. So luqiba is not just title. Title is laqab. You say it laqabun. What is your laqab? What is your title? That is laqab. And you can translate as nickname as well. So that is laqab. But this is the verb. This is the verb. So luqiba, he was named or he was called. He was given the title. Al-Imam Shafi'i was given laqabaini, two titles. So people call him with these two names. Al-awwal, the first one is Nasir. Nasir al-Hadith. You said just now, the defender of al-Hadith. Yes, that you can translate this as the defender. The word Nasir literally means the one, the helper, the one who helps the hadith, the defender of the hadith. Yes, that is possible. Sammahu. Samma means name. From the word isim, Sammahu. So who named him Nasirul Hadith? Who called him by this title? The people of Makkah. Ahlu Makkah call him Nasirul Hadis. Zalika, he is referring this title. Nah, why? Limaza? Li'annahu alzama ahla ra'yi bil Iraqi wujuba ittiba'i sunnatin nabawiyah. Because he obligated ahla ra'yi, okay, what is this? Ahla ra'yi, these are the people of opinion. The meaning is that the people in Iraq, the people during the time of Imam Shafi'i in Iraq, they prefer to use reasoning more than Quran and Hadith. Alright, so when they argue, they will use reasoning, they will use philosophy and so on, rather than using Quran or rather than using the Hadith. So what did Imam Shafi'i do? So when he was in Iraq, he said to all these people, he said, you have to, it is obligatory for you to follow the Sunnah and not just to follow your reason. Yes, reason is, yes, you can follow your akal, your reason, but in the same time, because we are Muslim, we have to follow the Quran and Sunnah and in understanding our reason as well, and or in guiding our reasoning. So this is what he means here. Bihikmatihi, with his wisdom, and with zakaihi, and with his cleverness, wa quwwati hujjatihi, and also with his strength argument. Now, is it understood? The whole sentence?
Understood, Ustaz.
Okay, good.
Kama fasalla lahum turuqa fahmi al-Quranul Karim. Kama, as such, fasalla, detail, lahum, them, turuqa, methods, fahmi, understanding Quranul Karim. I mean that he also detail the methods of the understanding of the Quranul Karim.
Naam, yes, sahih. Kama fassala, also fassala, he detailed, he explained in detail. That is the meaning of fassala. He explained in details for them the methods, the turuq of understanding Al-Quran Al-Karim. Naam. That is the first title, Nasir Al-Hadis.
Amma al-laqabu al-thani fahuwa khatibu al-ulama. Amma, as for, al-laqabu, the title al-thani, second, fahuwa, the second title is khatibu al-ulama, the preacher of the scholar. Is it correct, sir?
Yes, this is the second title. As for the second title, Amma laqabu sani fahuwa, it is, so huwa here is not he, so it is referring to it. So the laqab, it is Khatib al-Ulama. So Khatib, yes, Khatib is preacher of the scholars, of the ulama. As if the ulama, they want to say anything, they will ask Imam Shafi'i to say on behalf of them, due to his great hujjah. So who called him Khatib al-Ulama?
Samma'u mu'asiru wa talamizu li ajadatihi al-qawla wa syarha wa tafsira. Samma'u, name it, mu'asiruhu, his contemporaries, wa talamizuhu, his students, li ajatihi al-qawla, li ajatihi for his mastery, al-qawla of the of saying, wa syarha, explanation, wa tafsir, and interpretation.
So the one who called him Sammahu, this is who, ha, Sammahu. Sammahu mu'asiruhu, his contemporaries, the people who live during his time, mu'asir, we say, mu'asiruhu. So these people, they call him Khatib al-Ulama. And not only these people, but also talamizuhu, his disciples, his students also call him Khatib al-Ulama. And why was that? So you look at this Hamza, it is below alif. So when Hamza is below alif, it is always E. We don't say A or U. Okay? So li ijadatihi al-qawla. Li for ijada, for his mastery of speech, of saying, and wasyarha, and his mastery of explanation, and his mastery of tafsir, interpretation. So people call him Khatib al-Ulama.
Okay, fifth paragraph. Istaqara al-Imam Syafi'i fi Madinati al-Fustat bi Misri sanata mi'atu wa tis'at wa tis'una Hijrah. Istaqarra, settle down, Imam Syafi'i fi in Madinah, city of al-Fustat. Fustat is in Mesir, bi Misri in Egypt, sanata year mi'atu wa tis'atu wa tis'una Hijrah. Mean that after Imam Syafi'i settled in the city of Fustat in Mesir in 199 Hijrah. Wa asbaha yulqi durusahu fi jami'aha ila an tuwaffiya sanata mi'atan wa arba'ah Hijrah. Wa kana umru arba'a wa khamsin sanata. And it was umru, the age, arba'an wa khamsi, 54 sanata, years old. The sentence mean after Imam Syafi'i settled in the city of Fustat in Egypt, he became lecturer durusahu in university fi jami'aha ila an until tuwaffiya until he died in sana year 204 Hijrah. Wakana, when he was umruhu arba'a wa khamsin sana, when he was 54 years old.
Naam, yes, sahih. Istaqarra al-Imam Syafi'i. Imam Syafi'i settled down. So just now you said after, there is no after here. Just Imam Syafi'i settled down, that's all. Imam Syafi'i settled down in the city of Fi Madinatil Fustat. So Fustat is a city bi Misra in Egypt, in Misr. Naam. So if you look at his history, he traveled to all over the Arabian Peninsula, Arabian countries. He went to Iraq, he went to other places, and then in the end, he went to Egypt. So then he settled down in Egypt, and he died in Egypt. Okay, so this is what it means. Bimisra sana mi'atin what is in. When you see this we don't just say hijrah. No, you say hijriyah, because you want to say this is hijrah year, hijriyah, not migration hijrah. No, hijriyah. So we say hijriyah. You add this year, hijriyah. Or you can also say lil hijrah. Lil hijrah. So we say mi'a what is ina lil hijrah. So either one, hijriyah with this year, or you add lil hijrah. But don't just say hijrah only. Now, wa asbaha yulqi durusahu fi jami'iha. Okay. Wa asbaha, yes, literally it means became. But in this sentence, it is not became. In this sentence, you have asbaha together with a fi'il mudari. So when you have this asbaha together with fi'il mudari, it means he started to. So the word asbaha here is he started to. This is similar. In the previous lesson, we have learned the word akhaza. Literally, it means he took. But when you have this word together with fi'il mudari, so the meaning is he started to do so and so. Okay, in this case, or in this jumlah, wa asbaha yulti, so he started to deliver his lessons or his lectures. Okay, he started to deliver his lectures. Fi jami'iha. Okay, jami' is not university. University is jami'ah with the ta marbuta. Then you say jami'ah, university. But this one is without the ta marbuta. This is only the word jami'. So when we say jami', it is not university. Who knows what is jami'?
Mosque.
Mosque, yes. You have Masjid Jami', right?
Yeah.
We have Masjid Jami'. So Jami' is another word for masjid. Masjid is actually a general term for a place where people will perform the sujud. So in your house, you have your own masjid. Where do you pray in your house, for example? In that particular area. So that is your masjid. Okay, that is the general term. But later, they use the word masjid as for the mosque. Okay, but sometimes they also use the word jami' to refer to a masjid. Why? Because jami' is the place where it will gather people to come. So jami' from the word jama'ah, gather. So people will be gathering in that place to perform their salah and so on. That is why it is called jami'. So in some Arab countries, they use the word jami' instead of the word masjid. So they say azhabu ilal jami'. Instead of azhabu ilal masjid, they say azhabu ila al jami'. All right. So he started to preach in the jami'ah, in the mosque of this city, in the mosque of Fustat. This is what it means. So in the history, in the Islamic history, of course, they started in a mosque, but later on, the mosque became bigger and bigger, so it became a university, just like Al-Azhar Al-Sharif. So it started as a mosque, Jami'. Later on, it became Jami'ah University. That is why Jami'ah is called Jami'ah, because it is taken from the word Jami'. Nah. Wa ila an tuwfiya, ila an, until. So these two words, not just an, ila an. The phrase ila an means until. Tuwfiya, he died. He died. Until he died. So this is the word wafat. The word we say wafat. Wafat is actually the masdar from this word tuwfiya. So he died this year, on this year, mi'ataini wa arba'ah. Mi'ataini wa arba'ah hijriyah. Wa kana umruhu, and his age was umrun, age. Kana was. So his age was 54. Arba'an wa khamsina sana. So he was 54 years old when he died. Nah. فهذا هو الفقرة أو هذه هي الفقرة الخامسة وهذا هو النص عن الإمام الشافعي. نعم. Okay. Oh, we have another فقرة. Sorry, we have فقرة number 6.
Last paragraph. Okay. خلف الشافعي مذهبا ضمن يحترمه المسلمون جميعا. خلف left الشافعي مذهبا the doctrine ضمن huge يحترمه respect المسلمون Muslims جميعا all the Muslim. I mean that Al-Shafi'i left a huge doctrine that all the Muslim respect.
Now, yes. Khalafa, don't say khalafa. Khalafa. Yes, because you have that shadda. Yes, khalafa, he left. So he left, Al-Imam Shafi'i, he left a mazhab. Of course, here we don't translate the word mazhab as doctrine, even though you can translate it in another sentence. Yes, you say mazhab, a doctrine. Mazhab, literally the word mazhab is from the word zahaba. When. So he went. Mazhab is where is the place that he went to. So here, of course, it refers to his opinion. When he say my mazhab, this is my opinion, my way of understanding things. Okay. So he left. Of course, this is the mazhab that we understood. Mazhab Shafi'i, mazhab of al-fiqh, the school of fiqh, mazhab. So he left this school of fiqh, mazhab Dahman, a huge mazhab. So because he has his own kitab book in fiqh. It is voluminous in volumes. Yahtarimuhul Muslimun. Muslims respect the mazhab. Now, yahtarim is respect. Jami and all of them. So all of them, when we say Imam Shafi'i, mashallah, Imam Shafi'i, they said Imam Shafi'i is an alim, a scholar, and so on. Now, you continue.
وَتَرَكَ مُؤَلَّفَةٍ كَثِيرَةً مِنْهَا. And وَتَرَكَ, and he left مُؤَلَّفَةٍ books, كَثِيرَةً many, minha including. Mean that he left many books including Al-Ummu fi sab'i mujalladatin wa fihi fiqhuha. Al-Ummu, the name of the kitab, fi in sab'i mujalladatin. 7 volumes. Wafihi include fiqhuha and his jurisprudence.
Okay, continue.
Wa al-musnad dan al-musnad fi al-hadithi, fi in al-hadith, the hadith. Wa ahkamu al-Quran, and ahkam al-Quran, ahkam the ruling of Quran. Wa and ar-risalah, message, fi in usul al-fiqh, usul fiqh.
Yes, continue, Hafizul.
Rahimallah al-Imam al-Syafi'i rahmatan wasi'ah. Rahimallah, may Allah mercy,
Have mercy.
To Imam Syafi'i, rahmatan, mercy, wasi'atun, wide. I mean that may Allah grant him wide mercy to Imam Syafi'i.
No, sahih. Okay. Wataraka mu'alafatin kathiratan, and he left. So left here is similar to the word khalafa. So he left, yes, the word mu'allafat, this is jama' for the word mu'allafatun. So it refers to books that he authored, you call him mu'allafat. Not just any book. If you want to say any book, I read a book, you don't say mu'allafa, you just say kitab. But mu'allafat is referring to the book that one authored, that he authored. His mu'allafat, the book that he authored. Wataraka mu'allafatin kathira, and he left a lot of books, many books. Minha, including, but here it means one of them or among them. Min, among, and ha, among these books. So what are these books? One of them, among them is, first is Al-Um. That is the name of the book, Al-Um, the mother of, I don't know, maybe the mother of all fiqh. The mother, he called it Al-Um. So this Al-Um fi sab'i mujalladat, in 7 volumes. Yes, the word mujalladat is volumes. Jilid, in Malay we call it jilid. Jilid. So mujalladat. The word jilid is actually jildun, is the skin. Your skin is called jild. So okay, that is the jild. Mujalladat is the books. The volumes. Wa fihi fiqhuhu, and in this book you will find his fiqh, the fiqh of Imam Shafi'i. So if you want to know his opinion in a particular matter, you go to this book, Al-Um. But for us, of course, we don't go directly to the book of Imam Shafi'i. When we want to understand any problem, any mas'ala in the fiqh of Imam Shafi'i, we don't go directly to the book of Imam Shafi'i. Why is that? Because when we say mazhab Shafi'i, it is not only referring to Imam Shafi'i. It refers to several other ulamas as well that follow the guidance or that follow the basis that has been laid out by Imam Shafi'i. Okay, so for example, the Imam An-Nawawi, Al-Imam An-Nawawi, a very famous scholar. So he is one of the ulama in fiqh Shafi'i, in mazhab Shafi'i. So when you want to understand the fiqh of Al-Imam Shafi'i or the fiqh of mazhab al-Shafi'i, normally people will refer to Al-Imam Nawawi instead of going to Imam Shafi'i. Why is that? Because Imam Nawawi will do the comparison. So he will, because Imam Shafi'i, if you look at his history, he went to Iraq. So when he was in Iraq, he saw the situation in Iraq, and when people ask him about one particular hukum, he will refer to the context of Iraq. So in Iraq, the hukum is so and so. But later on, when he moved to Egypt, he saw a different kind of society. There were new things that did not exist when he was in Iraq. So he changed his opinion. So that is why if you learn the fiqh of Shafi'i, you will see these two terms. One is al-qawlu al-qadim. So his old opinion. So qawl qadim is everything that he said when he was in Iraq. And then you will see they say al-qawlu al-jadid. So the new opinion. So this is when he went to Egypt. Okay. So for us to understand the mazhab of Imam Shafi'i, people will refer to Al-Imam, normally they will refer to Al-Imam An-Nawawi. And they will also refer to another Imam, Al-Imamu Ar-Rafi'i. So these two. Okay, but Al-Imam Nawawi is of course the most famous among the two. Nah. So this is the kitab Al-Um. And then another kitab is Al-Musnad. So the Musnad. So Musnad, this is a general name. Many scholars, when they authored book in hadith, they call it Musnad. So Imam Shafi'i also has one book. He call it Musnad. So this is, of course, in Al-Hadith. It talks about hadith. And then Wa Ahkamul Quran, another book, he call it Ahkamul Quran, the rulings of the Quran. So you will find the hukum from the Quran, halal, haram, and so on. And then he have another book which is called Ar-Risalah, the message. But what is this? This is in Usul al-Fiqh. This is where he explained when Allah says so and so, what does it mean? Is it wajib or is it sunnah? When Allah say don't do this, Prophet say do not do this. What does it mean? Is it haram or is it makruh? Alright, so that is the Usulu al-Fiqh. Wa rahimallahu al-Imam Shafi'i, and may Allah have blessing. May Allah bless, rahimah, bless. May Allah bless Imam Shafi'i a huge blessing. Rahmatan wasi'atan. Nah. Baik, nukmil bi ma'ani mufradat. Nah, who will do this? Ma'ani mufradat.
Idham.
Idham. Idham. Okay, Hafizul, while waiting for Idham, can you continue with the next one?
Okay, we go to the At-Tadribat.
Yes, At-Tadribat.
Exercises. Awalan, first, Al-Fahmu wal-Isti'abu. Comprehension. Dot alamat, put a mark, right, amama, in front, al-jumlati, sentence, as-sahih, correct sentence. Put a right mark in front of the correct sentence, and alamat, and mark a wrong, khata, amama, in front, al-jumlah, sentence, al-khata, error. Thumma, then, sahihi, al-khata.
Sahih al-khata.
Al-khata. And then correct the error. Okay, the first one. Intaqala asy-Syafi'i ila Makkah ma'i ummihi wa umru sab'a sinin. Intaqala muftu asy-Syafi'i ila Makkah ma'i with ummihi, his mother, wa umruhu sab'a sinin, when his age 7 years old. Khata.
Okay, as-sahih, and what is sahih?
Sanataini.
Sanataini, na'am. Wa umruhu sanataini, na'am, when he was 2 years old. Okay, so here the word ma'a here, please correct this. It is ma'a, not ma'i. Ma'a with, yes, ma'a umrihi wa umruhu. So this wow, this is also, it is not n. This is when he was. So we say wa. So wa. So now you know a different meaning of wa. Not only n, sometimes it means when as well. So it depends on the context. Okay, number 2.
Number 2. Talaqqa asy-Syafi'i al-fiqh min ustadzihi al-Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal. Talaqqa, receive, learn, Syafi'i al-fiqh, from al-Ustad Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal, from his teacher Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal. Khata. And the answer is he received from Imam Malik.
But don't just put Al-Imam Malik. If it is in the exam, write the whole sentence. Because I don't know whether Imam Malik here is the one who learned from Imam Ahmad.
Oh,
Shafi'i learned from Imam Malik. Okay, so please write the whole sentence. Alright? Talaqqa Shafi'i al-fiqha min ustazihi al-imam Malik. Al-imam Malik. Okay, one before I forget, when you give a title to a person, al-imam, for example, you want to call him al-imam so and so, put the alif lam. So you say al-imamu ash-Shafi'i or al-imamu Ahmad instead of Imam Ahmad. Normally people will just say Imam Ahmad, Imam Ali, Imam. No, it is not just Imam. Because if you just say Imam, for example, we say Imam Ahmad, it is not the title for Ahmad. No, this is the Imam of Ahmad. Ahmad's Imam. So another person. All right. So if you want to say, oh, he is the Imam, then we need the alif lam. Al-Imamu Ahmad. So Ahmad is the Imam that we are talking about. Nah. Okay, continue. Rakam salasa.
Kana al-Imamu Ahmad bin Hanbal min al-mu'jabina bil Imam Syafi'i. Kana was Imam Ahmad. Al-Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal mean from al-mu'jabin. Al-mu'jabin is admirers. Bil Imam Syafi'i mean that Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal was an admirer of Imam Syafi'i. Sahih.
He is among the admirers of Imam Shafi'i. Among the fans, you said fans here.
Yeah, fans. Macam
Yes.
pelik.
Yeah, but he likes Imam Shafi'i, so he admired Imam Shafi'i very much. Sahih.
Summiya Asy-Syafi'i bi khatib al-ulama li'annahu kana yakhutubu al-jum'ah.
Al-Jumu'ah.
Summiya was named or called bil khatib, the preacher, al-ulama of the scholar, li'annahu because kana he used to bi khatibu al-jum'ah, he used to be a preacher of Jumaat prayer. That is khata.
Khata, right? Because that was not the reason. Not because he used to preach or he used to do the Jum'ah khutbah, then people call him Khatibul Ulama. No. What is the reason? Ma huwa as-sabab? Summiya limaza? Why do people call him Khatibul Ulama? Li
ajadatihi tu.
Ijadatihi
Li ijadatihi al-qawla wasyarha was-tafsira.
Naam. Because of that. Li ijadatihi al-qawla, because of his mastery in speech, wal qawla wa syarha, and in explanation, wa at-tafsir. Then people call him the Khatib al-Ulama. Naam, sahih.
Tuwuffiya Asy-Syafi'i fi al-Madinah allati wulida fiha. Tuwuffi, he died, Syafi'i in al-Madinah, the city, allati, in which, wulida fiha, he was born. Sahih.
Hal hadha sahih? Is this sahih? He died in the city that he was born. Where was he born? Aina wulida? Aina wulida Imam Shafi'i?
في غزة.
Wulida fi Gaza. And aina tuwfiya? Aina tuwfiya? Fi Misra. Fi Misra. And in particular, which city?
Fustat. Al-Fustat.
Naam, Al-Fustat. So is it the same city? Khata, right? So khata. Naam. Tuwfiya? No, it is not. So you just say, where did he die? Aina tuwfiya?
Tuwfi fi al-Gaza.
La, Gaza is the place where he was born.
Mesir.
Misra. Fi Misra, or you mentioned the town, Fil Fustat. In the city of Fustat. Okay. Oh, Fi Misra. Yes, you can see Fi Misra as well. Yeah, so if you go to Egypt, okay, don't forget to visit the shrine of Imam Ash-Shafi'i. Naam. Okay. Idham, are you here? Is your line okay? All right. So can we go back to Ma'ani Mufradat?
Yeah. Ma'ani al-Mufradat, the meaning of the vocabulary. First, Hijri. Saya tak tahu hujung kataan tu nak sebut apa, Ustaz. Hijru.
Oh, you can say Hijru Ummihi. Okay, tak masalah. Hijru Ummihi or Hijri Ummihi.
Hijru Ummihi, ri'ayatuhu Ummihi means his mother's care. And second one, Aqbala ala, the meaning is the same with talaqqa, darasa, and akhaza, meaning to learn or to study. And then the third one,
Akhaza is to take.
Okay. All right. So, to take. Akhaza. Okay. Al-Qistu, synonymous with al-Juz'u, means a part or a section or a portion.
Naam, a portion, al-Juz'u, a part, al-Juz'u. Naam.
And then the fourth one, Shu'un, same meaning with ahwalun, meaning affairs or matters or condition.
Naam, affairs, matters, condition, that is Shu'un. Naam.
And then Bahmun, same meaning with Kabirun, meaning large.
Naam, large or great or big, that is Dakham. So we say Baitun Dakhmun. So a huge house. Dakhmun. Very big, that is Dakhmun. Yes, continue, Idham. Idham. Seems that his line is not that good. Yes. Idham, we cannot hear you. Okay, let us just read this. Yufassilu, yubayyinu, yes, to explain. In the previous lesson, we have learned this word, yubayyin, explain. Now we have a new word, yufassil. Afqah, similar to a'lam, more knowledgeable. More knowledgeable, but this one is more knowledgeable in fiqh. So this is in general, a'lam, he is more knowledgeable. He is more knowledgeable in fiqh. Mu'jabin, the admirers. Another word is muqaddirin. Nah, muqaddirin. Khallafa, this is not different. Khallafa, this is where he left, Imam Shafi'i left his books, his kitab. So you say khallafa. He left a mazhab. So we say khallafa. Okay, it is not different. Taraka, he left. Naam. And last word, mu'allafat, written works. Yes, sahih. So this can refer to book or any written work. So you call it mu'allafat. Naam, sahih. Synonymous to kutub. Naam. Okay. Okay, Idham, is your line okay now? Yeah, Idham has a problem with connection. Afizul, can you just read, go through? We will wait if Idham can get back to the line.
This bar, Ustaz.
Yes, yes.
Mata
Uh,
wulida.
Okay, idham is okay now. Yes, idham, continue. No, he's still having problem. Okay, Afizul, sorry, Afizul, continue.
Mata wulida al-Imam Syafi'i. Mata
When?
when
sorry,
wulida
I was
was born.
disconnected just now.
Okay, Afizul, let idham continue.
Okay.
Can I continue?
Yes,
Or what?
yes, continue.
Okay. The first question.
Mata, idham.
Sorry.
Oh.
Okay. First question. Mata wulidal Imam Syafi'i. When was Imam Syafi'i born? I answer wulidal Imam Syafi'i fi Gaza min Filastin sanata mi'ah wa khamsin Hijriyah.
Naam, sahih.
Imam Syafi'i was born in 150 Hijriyah in Gaza, Palestine.
Before okay. Yes, you can
And
just say
then
Ulida
the
Imam
second
Syafi'i
question,
sana mi'a wa khamsina.
أين نشأ الشافعي وتلقى العلم? Where did Imam Shafi'i go and learn knowledge? And I answer, نشأ الشافعي وتلقى العلم في مكة.
Fi Makkah. Naam, sahih.
Meaning Imam Shafi'i was raised and he learned knowledge in Mecca. The
Naam.
third,
Yes, continue. The third. Okay, the third one, idham, maza. Hafizul, continue.
sorry,
Hafizul. Yes. Okay.
all right. I was on the third question. ماذا قال الإمام أحمد بن حنبل عن الإمام الشافعي? What did Imam Ahmad say about Imam Shafi'i? Here I quote one of his saying. قال الإمام أحمد, Imam Ahmad said, ما رأيت أحدا أفقه في كتاب الله هذا من هذا الفتى. Just like what he learned in the text, Imam Ahmad said he had never seen someone who understands the Quran most than this young man that is referring to Imam Ash-Shafi'i. And then the first question, أين أقام الشافعي عندما وصل مصر? Meaning, where did Imam Ash-Shafi'i stay when he arrived in Misr? And I answer, استقر الإمام الشافعي في الفسطاط بمصر. Sorry, I accidentally lost the word fustat and Misra.
Yes, I have added the word.
And yeah, okay. Thank you, sir. And then the last question, ما أهم مؤلفة الإمام الشافعي? What are the important written works by the Imam Ash-Shafi'i? And here I cited four of them, the one in the text. First, wal-Musnad, wa Ahkamul Quran, wa Risala. That was my answer.
Aywa. Naam, sahih.
Okay.
Naam, sahih. Naam. Okay, let us continue to التدريب الثاني مفردات.
Alright, this is my part. المفردات والاستعمال اللغوي. المفردات, the vocabulary and the use of language. كل بين الكلمات ومرادفها. Match the word with its synonym. Okay. The first, يفصل means to explain in detail. This word is matched with yubayyin. And then the second kalima, fatan, means young man or boy. This is matched with shabun.
Shabun. Shabun. Yes, you should have that. Shabun.
Okay.
Correct. Young man.
And then the third,
Yes, the third one, mu'allafat. Okay, mu'allafatun, written works. Yes, kutub, naam, sahih.
or condition. This is matched with ahwal.
Syu'un ahwal, naam, sahih.
And then the fifth one, hujjatun, meaning argument or evidence. This is matched with burhanun. Burhanun.
Naam, burhan. But when you say burhan, normally it is evidence, burhan.
Okay. And the last one, khallafa, meaning to abandon or to leave behind. This is matched with tarafa.
This is not to abandon something you through something. No, this is just to leave it to other people, to leave it for other people. Then you say khalafa.
Okay.
So khalafa taraka. Naam. Okay. Next, aqsul kalimat.
For ba, had aqsa al-kalimat al-atiyah. Give opposite of following word. First one,
Hati. Naam.
hati.
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 We say hati or hat. Hati. Nah.
First, kibar, large. Then aqsa sigar.
Sigar. Naam.
Sigar. Second one, dorman, huge. Sigara.
Now this is not sigar. This is sagir.
Sagir.
Dakhmun, sagir, small. Naam. Sigar is this is in the jamak form. Kibar in the jamak form. Naam. Okay, next
Third
one.
one,
Alim.
alim, jahil.
Okay. Not jahil. If you look at the word alim, this is referred to the person, knowledgeable person, not just knowledge. Knowledgeable person, that is alim, a scholar. And the opposite is not jahal, jahil. Because you want to refer to the person, the ignorant person, you call him jahil, not just jahal. Jahil. Wa alim, jahil. Okay, next.
Fourth, akbaru, larger. And ashkharu, small.
Naam, asghar, larger or largest. Asghar, smaller or the smallest.
Fifth, wasi'ah, wide. And soyiqah.
That is not saw. That should be a dot.
Dayyikun.
Yes, we say dayyik. Dayyik is narrow or small. Dayyik. Dayyiqah. Naam.
And then last one, quwwah. Power. Da'ifun.
Okay. Quwwah here is strength. Power, yes. So if you say strength or power, the word should be da'fun. Instead of da'if, it is da'fun. Because da'if is referring to the person. The weak person, you call him da'if. Okay, but weak itself is da'fun. Similarly, if you want to refer to a strong person, you call him qawi.
Qawi.
So qawi, then you say da'if. But for this word, quwwa, it is da'fun, kekuatan, kelemahan.
Okay.
Strength and da'fun is weakness. Da'fun. Naam.
Jim,
Okay.
mufrad, singular. First one, ma'arif, knowledge. Ma'arifah.
Sahih.
Second one, imma, imams. Imam.
Naam.
Third, ulama, scholars. Ulama.
Not alam.
Alam.
If you say
Alim.
alam, alim. Yes, sahih. Alim.
Alim.
Good.
For one, fuqaha, jurist, faqih.
Okay. Yes, faqih, but you have another ya. You have a ya.
Yeah.
Fa, qaf, ya, ha.
Faqih.
Then it is faqih. If you just write fa, qaf, ha, it is fiqh. Fiqh itself is fiqh. But now the person is faqih. Faqihun. Naam. Khamsa.
Ahwal, condition, hal.
Hal. We have alif, a long vowel. Hal. Not hal. If you say hal, it means something else. Hal means to provide a solution. That is hal. But now we want to say condition, hal. So you miss one alif, the meaning will be different. Sitta.
Rohalat, journey. And the answer is should be rehlah kan saya?
Rehla, yes, sahih.
Rehlah.
The one that you write here is the fi'l, rahala. To go on a journey, you say rahala. Or to move, you say rahala. But now we want the noun, rehlah.
Rehlah.
Yes, a journey is a rehlah. Naam, rahalat is jama. Taib, naam, sahih. Wal'an at-tadribu al-akhir. Naam. At-ta'bir, al-jumlah.
Idham will.
Naam, nasha'a.
This is my part. I was disconnected just.
Yes, continue, Idham.
Continue this part.
Yes, nasha'a. Idham, we cannot hear you. Okay, let me read the answers. First, the word is nasha'a. Nasha'a is to grow up.
I will continue.
Okay, Idham, I read it for you. Your line is very bad. Nasha'a Zaidun fi Madinah. Zaid grew up in a city. Yes, Hazihi Sahih. He grew up in a city. If you want to say in the city, you add the alif lam. Fil Madinah. Naam. Okay, Isnan. Mazhab. Okay, Mazhab, the school of thought. Here you say uti'u mazhab al-imam al-shafi'i fil fiqh. Or you want to say I follow? Is it I follow? Uti'u. Okay. Uti'u here is I obey. We don't say we obey the mazhab. No, we follow the mazhab. So you change this word to atba'u. Atba'u means I follow. Atba'u mazhab al-imam al-shafi'i fi al-fiqh. Aywa, al-jumla sahiha. Atba'u hazal mazhab. Fil fiqh. In fiqh, I follow the mazhab of Imam Shafi'i. Okay, rakam salasa. Yes, the word is makana, not makani. Okay. Makana is the what did you translate here? Is the status? Yes, makana here it means the status. Here Idham says makana al ulama azimatun fil Islam. The status of ulama is azima, is great fil Islam. Islam, Islam, you have alif, al-Islam. So the sentence makanatul ulama azima fil Islam, or you can say, it is better to say makanatul ulama fil Islam azimatun. So you bring the word fil Islam to the front. Makanatul ulama. So the status of ulama in Islam is azim, is great, is nam. Rakam arba'a, ya'shaku love or likes, ya'shaku Zaid durusan fil jami'ah. Ya'shaku Zaid durusan fil jami'ah. Okay, the sentence is correct, but it is better to say ya'shaku Zaid ad-dirasa. He loves studying. So durus is lesson. He loved the lesson in the university, so better to say he loved studying. Ya'shaku Zaid ad-dirasa. Dirasa, alif, lam, dal, ra, alif, sinta, ad-dirasa fi al-jami'ah. Rakam khamsa, wulida fi, was born in. Was born in. Wulida, okay, wulida. Okay, don't read walada. Walada means the boy, or walada means to give birth, but here it is wulida. He was born. Muhammad fi Makkah, okay, was born fi Makkah. Wa akhiran istaqarra Ahmad, he settled down fi Malaysia. Naam, sahih. Naam. Baik, hadza huwa darsuna al-yawm. Naam. Syukran jazilan Afizul. Syukran jazilan Idham. Wa hal hunaka soal? Do you have any questions regarding the lesson? Did you miss anything?
Ustaz,
Yes.
this presentation will be included in midterm as well.
Again.
This presentation will be included in midterm as well.
Oh, this one, this topic, no.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
No. Only the last topic. Yesterday's topic, yes, will be included. Jazaul Hasanat. For Imam Shafi'i, no. Imam Shafi'i will be for the quiz. We will have that later, inshallah.
Okay. Thank you, Ustaz.
Yes. All right. Thank you. Okay. Any other question? Yes, with regard to your exam, do you want to ask anything?
Ustaz, how is the question gonna be? I mean,
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
All right. So the question basically is similar to the face-to-face questions. You will have 4 parts. You will have 4 parts. This is similar to your previous levels, level 4, level 3. You will have 4 parts. The first part is comprehension. So we will give you one text. So sometimes it is the exact text from the books, where of course we will modify, we will change, replace words with another words, or sometimes we will combine 2 texts. Okay, we will combine 2 texts, and you will have Sahih and Khata, just like what you had in your textbook, Sahih and Khata, and of course the comprehension question. Okay, Ajib Anil As'ilah. That is for part 1. 15 marks. 15 marks for part 1. For part 2 is vocabularies, Aqsul Kalimat, Mufrad wa Jama', and also Muradif, synonym. And sometimes they also ask you to write sentences. Okay, so they give you words and then you write sentences. 10 marks for part B. For part 3, Nahu. For part 3 is Nahu. So Nahu, so far we have learned the topic of what? Wazan, Mizan Sarfi, Masdar, and also fi'il, what was that? Fi'il Mujarrad wa Lazim. So tomorrow, you can ask me any question related to the topic. So, right? So tomorrow we will do some revisions, and that will be 15 marks for part 3. Nahu, 15 marks, and Part 4, the last one, is the ta'bir. Ta'bir is where we will ask you to write short paragraph, simple paragraph, just like what I asked you to do. In the, which topic was that? The topic of al-usra muslima, usra salihah. Okay, the topic will be similar to that. Okay, so please write your own sentences. Okay, and with regard to the exam, so we will upload the questions in this time we will use Google Classroom. So I will put it in Google Classroom, or for the question, maybe I will put in Google Classroom. I will put it in iTalim, and I will give it through the WhatsApp. But the answer you have to answer. You have to upload in Google in Google Classroom. Do you have any problem uploading in Google Classroom, or do you prefer to upload in iTalim? I don't have any problem. I can use iTalim. I can use Google Classroom.
Google Classroom. Okay.
Google Classroom. All right. Okay. So you can upload in Google Classroom. So please scan your answer. Of course, if you have printer, you print out the questions. If you do not have printer, then you just write the answer only. Okay. No need to write the questions. Just write the answer on a piece of paper, but make sure you put the reference. So this is question A, question Alif, question Ba, question Sa, and so on. And do not forget, sometimes previous semesters, some students, they forgot certain question. I don't know whether they forgot to put it in the paper or they purposely did not answer that. I'm not sure. But make sure you write all your papers on that piece of paper and scan and convert to PDF. Make sure it is in one PDF file. Okay, not separate PDF files. Okay, one PDF file. And try to, okay, don't convert it to I mean the page should be black and white. Okay, not I do not want to see the gray, okay, the gray scan. You scan it in grayscale, no, because it is a bit difficult for me to read. So the exam will be 2 hours from 10 to 12, but we give you extra time, maybe half an hour for you to scan, for you to convert it to PDF, and for you to upload in Google Classroom. Yeah, there's one thing I forgot. So this semester, they want you to, we will give you a Google Meet link, and we will request you open your camera to avoid cheating. Last semester, I did not do that, but this semester it is requested. It is required by the department. So they want us to do that. Is it okay? So you just put your camera. Okay, you just put your camera in front of you. Okay, just put it in front of you. But some students, they will put camera and then they will put book in front of their camera. So that is between you and Allah, not between you and me. That is beyond okay, our jurisdiction. All right. Any other questions? Okay, so 50 marks for your midterm, but we will convert it to 30 only. Okay, so if there's no question, that is our class today. We'll see you again, inshallah, tomorrow. So tomorrow is for revision. Right, inshallah. And nakhtatim bi tasbih kafara wa surah al-asr. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal asri innal insana lafi khusr illa allazina amanu wa amilus salihat wa tawassaw bil haqq wa tawassaw bis sabr. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Naam, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh wa ila liqa. Ma'assalamah.
Waalaikumsalam.
Afwan.